Hello everyone, I'm Suzanne and welcome to my channel. I had a few people suggest to me that I should do this video, and it's mostly going to be about my tarot collection card, but I was going to show you just a few other things that I have that are associated with them. One of the things that I have is this notebook. Now I use this notebook for like journaling and writing things down, keeping track of reads that I do, and it's for my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. And it's just little things that I keep my notes in. But the main reason why, let me see if I can find a page that's not written on. Okay. I also have like these journal pages that I have that I haven't completed yet, as you can see. And I made these myself and printed them out. And then I also have like some other little tools that I found online that you could download and print. So this is just like a little book that I have. And let's see. Sometimes I write down, like I'm trying to learn Lenormand right now. I'm still trying to learn it. I've gotten a pretty good handle on it, but I'm still trying to learn it. I downloaded this. I made this myself. I didn't download it. I made it myself. This is for my moon oracle cards that I made. Just kind of like suggestions. And then these are spreads, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is just a little book that I found that you can download about some prints, and it just goes through each card. And let's see. Okay, and this is just more like some spreads. I don't really use these. Sometimes when I read for people in person, I'll ask them if they want to go through the book and pick out one, but most people don't want to do that. They just kind of want me to do it and pick out something for them. But sometimes I can choose something by what they want to know. And then I've also made some of my own. Spreads. Most of those aren't in here. And then I'm also trying to learn runes. And I have a few, and I'm kind of lacking in this one. I haven't quite got this down. So, I believe that was kind of it. So basically that's kind of like what I've gotten just online in some of my study guides and books. So for the main event, this is where I keep my cards. I'm having some difficulties, but I finally got it. I cannot zoom out any further, so I do apologize for that. This is a jujube bag, diaper bag. And I don't have anything like in here, but this is what I store my cards in, and a few other things in here. I have a tarot book. I got this from my friend Paula. Thank you, Paula. That's the only tarot book I have that's a bought book. These are just little extra notebooks. I like to put these inside of with my cards, and it's just kind of like my own meanings, some little notes that I have for them, and such as that. And these just have some pens, so I have something to write with, pens. And that is what I have in there. Oh, I have a magnifying glass in there too. Sometimes those little books that you can get. Oh, I have more than that. Okay, I can show you something else too. So this is just a little magnifying glass. Sometimes I have a hard time reading the tiny little books that you get with the cards. And so I have that. These are paint samples. And I really thought that this would be, these would make some nice cards. I need to find a way to like cover this up. And so anyway, then I thought I could like paint or draw or do something with them, make my own cards, because then they'd all have kind of like a matching back to them. So, like I said, these are just paint samples. You can get them at Walmart, you can get them at any hardware store. And so those are the colors that I'm looking for, and that's why they're in here. And let's go to the back side first. So here is a back pouch. And I just have a notebook in here, and I put just like reads and notes and things like that in there. So there's that, and then there's the inside. Here's my inside. Again, I can't zoom out. I do apologize. But anyway, I do have in here, and I'll pause the video and set all these out so you can see them. And I have these. These are just some leather books that I have, leather bound books, and they're like journals. And I just take each of my deck has one of these, and it's just something I like to keep track of, like certain reads that I do, like practice reads and things like that, so that I can kind of get to know my cards better. And then if I feel like there's like this particular deck, this is my Court Games tarot deck, and it likes to kind of like supplement a reading. It doesn't like to be a main reading, and so I'll kind of like write stuff like that in these notebooks. Or as the Egyptian tarot cards that I have, I'll write like the symbolisms that I look up for it so that I can use that for later. So then in these pockets I just have some like the notebooks that go with the cards, and that's pretty much. And then I also keep my runes in here. Again, I'll set these up on the table so that you can see them. And before I do that, if you enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing to us and hitting that bell button so that you can get notified of when new uploads are coming in. And right now I just want to say I appreciate you guys that have joined us. Thank you very much. So let me get on with this. So here is my little collection. I'm not going to kind of bring up, there's 2 playing cards here, 2 sets. I want to learn how to read playing cards. I haven't even started yet, honestly and truly. But one of these sets I'm thinking of making into a Lenormand deck. So there's that. These right here are my word advice cards. This is a gum box that I just keep them in. And I'm also thinking of starting to use like fortune cookies in some of my reads. I thought that might be fun, and so I'm started collecting them in here. And these are just, like I said, they're just words. So they're word advice cards, and apparently some of them are upside down. So anyway, that's just those. I have this Lenormand Flashcard set by Carrie, and you can get them at carrieparis.com. I keep them in here, and I really like this set. I like that it's just small, it's very easy to use, I can carry it with me, but I also just like adding it to supplement like other reads, such as tarot or my oracle. So there's those. And I have this little set. Here's a little pouch I keep it in. This is a tiny, tiny little set. I'm not sure if you can still get this set or not. I do know that for a long time I wasn't even really sure where I got them from, and I can't remember if you can still go to the website or not. But this set is the Instant Lenormand by Wandering Oracle, and it's in the black, white, and red. Oops, sorry. I was reading while I was trying to show you. But anyhow, these are just, you can see how tiny they are. I kind of just use these to supplement my readings. So that's what I do with those. This is a little nature set. Now this deck, I believe, is no longer available on the website. The last couple times I went and looked, there were a few times the website wasn't even up. The last time I checked, there was a website up, but these cards were no longer available to print and download. I don't know if it will remain that way. It could just be that the person who made these are trying to rework their website. But this little deck is, I call them nature-inspired advice cards. They're by, it's not really word, it's erthn.com.au. And here they are. Now I do know that I saw some like journals with these, the pictures and such in them, but I did not see the cards themselves. And you will see me use these especially on Facebook, and I've used them in a few of my reads. Okay, now these are, I really want to learn how to read runes, And I kind of made these flashcards for myself, and then I thought, well, I could also use them as like cards in my reads. And I'm not finished with them yet. So I have the upright and the reversed. And as you can see, I kind of have them written out, but I don't have the cue words on all of them. So there's that. I am putting like the number and such on them, the name of them. So there's those. These are my moon cards. I made this deck myself. I made it in Photoshop with Creative Commons pictures, photos, and such. And I'm still learning this deck myself. Still trying to kind of decide how each of them should be read. And I've made some prompts for myself, and I have things written down that I showed you in the book earlier. So a lot of them. You can't really get these to where they're upright or not, so. But it was really fun making these. I just I really wanted a deck that was kind of round, and I thought a moon deck would be really nice to have. And I have read with these a few times, and I really enjoy them. And this right here, that is the original box, but I painted it. It's purple. It's purple and black. These are the Miss Cleo Tarot Power Deck. My friend Paula gave me these. I was just telling her I wanted to get back into it, and I didn't. She knew I didn't have like a store-bought deck, so she sent me these. And I've had some people say, oh, you know, these cards, they don't like reading with them, but I do. And if you know some Egyptian symbolism and such, they're really, really good to read with. And for the most part, these cards for me have real quick to the point meanings. That's how they read for me anyway. I tend to, I'll have to tell this story in more detail in another video, but I have come to learn that decks have their own personalities. Even if you own two of the same deck, for some reason, each of my tarot decks have definitely developed. It's like they have this personality that they start showing. And this deck is just like short and to the point when it's in reads, especially if they're the main cards. But there's those. Woohoo! What card wanted to pop out? Our Chariot. I guess we need to get moving. Yes, my battery is dying. I'm going to start down here. Now this is the most recent deck that I've gotten. This is the Crystal Visions Tarot by Jennifer Galasso, I think is how you say her name. I have the box, but I don't have it right here. I don't store it in the box because it's just kind of a pain in the neck to pull them out of the box, in and out of the box, and I store the box somewhere else. So this is the back side. Really, really love this deck. This is the only deck that I have that says Pentacles, and one of the things that you'll notice about me when I do my reads is no matter what the deck says, I will always say coins, I will always say wands, cups, and swords, even if it has discs or chalices or whatever. That's just what I'm used to saying, and I will always say that. So anyway, but this deck is fast becoming my favorite. It does tend to read for like love, relationships, personal growth, kind of just things like that. I haven't really, that just seems to be what I'm drawn to. I'm drawn to this card when I do reads like that. So I really, really like this deck. Very colorful. There's that. Next we have, I have my Moon Phase Ritual cards. This is by Cassie at Zenned. at Zenned.com. Now, I don't do moon rituals. I'm actually not really sure why. I think I was just going to kind of use the theme and the action of these. I have not used these yet. I just haven't felt drawn to use them in a reading. Probably because they were meant for more like moon ritual things, and I don't do that. But I don't know. I might pull them out sometime. But I really, really do like them. They're nice, and I like her cards. Another set that I have by her is this Send Out Mini Oracle Deck by Cassie at Zenned.com. There is my pouch I keep it in. Now, my printer is horrible. It was on its last legs when I was printing some of these out. These are much more, if you were to get your own, the templates are very, very vibrant. And if you go to her website, you can see that. They're much easier to read. I just had a bad printer. But I really like using these on my Facebook page. I like using these as like supplementing for just a quick advice when I'm doing reads. Now, this is not her the back she has for the cards. You'll see that a lot of these have the same kind of backs, and I forgot to mention it. That's just because my printer would not ever line up so that I could do the backs of the cards and the front of the cards together. And so I just decided that this is what I would do. What I did is just take colored pencils and use different ones and kind of went over the whole paper before I cut them out. And then I took a cloth and I kind of blended everything in together. It's not completely blended, but again, just kind of to smooth things over. So that's what I've done. This is another little magical, this is called the Magical Moon Oracle by Power Within You. I believe the website was Magical Power Within. I am not positive, but here's just the little pouch I have. And then the cards. I've used these a few times in some readings. And you can't really read this down here, but these are just little advice, and this is what I really use them for down here, is the little advice. So, and then she's got, this one's like power crystals. It's not really the moon, so. But anyway, there's those. And then I have the Court Games Tarot. You can see this is what I have a book in there with there's some different, she does, well, let me first tell you, this is the Court Games Tarot by Dark Tarot. This is from at darktarot.com. You can download and print these yourself. I believe she's got 2 or maybe 3 decks. I know she's got like a black and white deck. Now I did write her, and you will see me on her website. It says it's for personal use only, and I wrote her and asked her if I could use these on my YouTube channel and with readings, and so she gave me permission to do that. She's really a sweet lady. Love her. She was just really, really nice and very accommodating to what I asked for. So now these cards, they're a little personality. And again, if you get these cards, that doesn't mean that they will have the same personality, but they tend to like to be, they don't like to be a main read. They like to supplement a read. But I really like these cards. My printer was still sort of working when I when I did them. The colors could be a little bit more vibrant, and I do not have a laser printer either, so that makes a big difference. So anyway, there's these. Really enjoy reading with these cards, but again, these cards don't like me to study with them. They kind of seem to bulk at it, and like I said, they just kind of like to supplement. Again, that's just my deck. Doesn't mean your deck will do it. This is the first deck that I ever downloaded, and it was the start of this particular this particular all my decks. This is start. I cannot speak. Okay, well anyway, this is the first deck. The Court Games Tarot was the second deck that I downloaded, and I think the Lenormand Carrie Paris from Carrie Paris was like the third or fourth. But anyway, this is the Aquatic Tarot by Andreas. I will butcher that name, sorry. I'm not going to even attempt it. I'm bad at pronouncing things like that. Okay, so you can find these at aquatictarot.net. It is under the Creative Commons. And you can see I wrote all that down. So I tend to kind of try to use these cards when I take pictures and such. Again, these are not the backings, but I couldn't do that, so I used my little pencils for it. This has been my most used deck. I use these for studying. I use these for reads. I just use these for everything, and they actually are starting to fade, which disappoints me. Now, as far as when you get these decks, they will not have the border, and they do not have this down here. That is I made the border, and then I added the tarot card into the border. I believe these are actually wider, but I wanted something tall and thinner, so that's what I did. These are watercolor. He made them with watercolors, which is another reason why they're probably slightly muted. But these were a little bit more vibrant when I first downloaded them. Now, with some of I know the first two reads that I put up, it was really hard to see these cards in the beginnings of the video, but as the videos went on, you could see them a little bit better. The lighting was pretty much the same as it is now, so I'm not real sure what was wrong there. But in the future, I will try to make sure you can see these cards a little better if and when I use them. Typical Rider-Waite type cards. Follows the Rider-Waite almost, well, pretty much exactly. It is exactly. Let's see. Okay. Then we have, okay, let's do this one. Okay, this deck, this is going to be a Lenormand deck that I made. I just, I wanted something while I was learning to try to put the words on, but then I kind of got stuck and went around till I'd never actually finished them. And I just started using the Carrie Paris ones and just started kind of doing it that way. But my original intention was to kind of just do some quick pictures and put some keywords on. I actually do use these when I do like Lenormand layouts and then put the Carrie Fishers on top. If you don't read Lenormand cards, you probably don't know what I mean by that, but anyway, there's those. I do not have a backing on them yet. And these, I'm only showing these because I do keep them in my thing, and sometimes I go back to them. I have not used these because there's only 4 of them. But these are just little cards that I did. I did these with watercolor pencils. But I don't like, you can even see that they're kind of going through. You can see the word, the C going through. So I wasn't really liking that, and I've abandoned it for now just because I'm not sure what I'm going to do or how I'm going to work with this. I have like a huge piece of paper that says like everything I want to write on, and these are like the cards I want to use. Just haven't decided how to move forward with this deck yet. And this, I actually copied. You can find this. This is the Horus Eye, and you can find this online. And I just kind of copied it. Like, not copied it like on the computer. I mean, I drew it, copying it. And then I made these runes. This is my black and white set. This is made out of cold polymer clay that I made. I made the clay. I painted these. So I did all that. You can see they're very, very homemade. I don't know why they dried like this, but they did. So that's my black and white set. And this, I call this my rainbow set. I noticed that some people had the runes listed with like color association, and you can't find one that's universal. Sorry, I wasn't holding them up right. But anyway, I just kind of went through and picked the colors that I felt went the best with the actual rune and did them. And you can see some of them have, they're all different colors, but some of them have like the same. Let's see. Are these the same? Yeah, see, like the rune on it that's written in the same color because there just didn't, I guess there wasn't a different one at the time. Again, I'm still learning these. So I believe that is it. So let me know what you thought. If you, I will try to link, like the ones that I got online, I will try to remember to link them below. I'll try to spend the time to do that so that you have those. And you can get them for yourself if you like. And it has been suggested to me to like do a review of like, especially for this for some reason, even though other people have the reviews of the Crystal Tarot, but I'm thinking about doing it. I'm just not sure yet whether I will or not. In like the Egyptian tarot set. There's so many online, but again, I've had some people say they kind of want to see me do it, so I might, I don't know. But thank you for sticking with me for so long. I appreciate it. And if you enjoy my videos, enjoy my reads, please think about subscribing to me and hit that bell so that you can come back and see more videos. Thank you.